Hi everyone, my name is Angela Ariano. I am a licensed marriage and family therapist in the state of California. Before we get started, please remember that this is for educational purposes only. This is not a diagnosis. This is not therapy. So have you guys ever been told, just breathe or calm down, just relax, and it did not work or maybe even made things worse? You're not doing anything wrong, and you are not alone in that feeling. So today I want to talk about something called micro-resourcing, not micro-dosing, but micro-resourcing. It's very small, manageable ways to help your body feel just a little bit safer. Instead of trying to completely calm down, you're more like creating just a tiny shift. And this is really important from a trauma-informed perspective. When we experience trauma or chronic stress, that fight, flight, freeze, fawn, feeling overwhelmed. So when someone says just relax, your body is like, I literally cannot relax right now. We've all been there. That's why coping skills can feel frustrating sometimes. And I hear this from clients sometimes of like, I tried the things you said and they didn't work. That's okay. Coping skills are not a one size fits all. Sometimes they work and sometimes they do. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. But the problem is not you, and the problem isn't necessarily the coping skill. Maybe the coping skill is too big for you at that moment, and it's too big for your nervous system at that moment. So that's where we want to think of micro-resourcing, and that's where that can come in. In a way, it helps. It meets your nervous system where it's at, so it doesn't overwhelm you, and it builds regulation over time. You're not trying to go from being overwhelmed to calm. You're going from overwhelmed to maybe 2% more regulated. And that's what matters. And I think this is nice too because it helps you know I don't have to go from feeling 100% anxious to 0 anxious. Also, there's no way that can happen. I kind of want us to think, side note, a little bit away from micro-resourcing, but sometimes our anxiety helps us. It helped me pass my licensing test because I studied and I made sure I was on top of it. Now there's also kind of more toxic anxiety, but that's a whole other story. We can get into it at another time. What's important is knowing attainable goals. If I can get myself even 2% less anxious right now, that's what can matter. So these are some simple ways to just try micro-resourcing. Just pressing your feet on the ground. Even if it helps you feel 1% better, you've won. You can feel your back against the chair. You can take on just a slow breath. Look around and notice things around you. Sometimes you can even go, okay, what are things in my room right now that are shaped like a circle? I'm going to count how many things like that. Touch something soft. And even if it helps by just a little bit, one thing I often tell my clients to do is that voice, that anxiety voice that's going to come in and be like, hey, but anxiety. And you can be like, girl, I know. But right now, I'm going to focus on the solution that I have right here. Okay, I feel it. And that anxiety's going to be there and you can be like, I know. But right now I'm focusing on anxiety. Because sometimes our anxiety, it's not trying to harm us. It is trying to help us. But sometimes it doesn't know the truth from what's actually happening, or a lie from the truth, It's reliving a trauma, or it's maybe thinking something bad is about to happen. It's trying to help us, really. It's just not succeeding in that. And that's where IFS, which I kind of talked about a little bit before, does come into play, of seeing that anxiety is not trying to harm us, but help us in a way. This is just simply micro-resourcing of okay, I'm feeling really anxious. I'm just going to look at my little heart flashlight for a minute. Okay. And it brought us down by 1%. What a win. What a win. And that's how we want to see it. Even if you do this a little bit of just noticing, just saying, oh, I feel overwhelmed. Just validating and acknowledging it is a great thing you can do. You can also try just a little bit of those butterfly taps. As slow as you can. I'm kind of going too fast, but okay. And just concentrate on that. Or maybe just sway a little bit to the side, to the front, in circles. Just see what works for you. The main goal I think I want to get across is this does not mean it's going to take you from 100 to 0. This might take you from 100 to 98. And I don't know, I live in California, and sometimes 100 degrees to 98 is a little bit of a difference, at least weather-wise. So maybe even think of it in that sense. Even just noticing, I'm overwhelmed right now. That is a soft support. I'm feeling overwhelmed, and that's okay. You don't need to feel completely calmed down. You just need to feel a little bit safer in your body. That's a little bit of micro-resourcing. If you want to try one, even right now, just press your feet on the ground. I'll try and do it too, since I'm kind of seated a little differently. And just look around the room. And take a deep breath. I'm even kind of doing it now, clearly, and it is even helping me. I'm like, okay, how many things in my room right now are the color green? Okay. And that voice might come back. That anxiety voice might come back, and we can go, I hear you, anxiety. You're a part of me that's nervous right now. Right now, I'm just looking around my room for things that are brown, that are black, whatever it is. And that's just a simple way you can do some nice, simple micro-resourcing. If this was helpful, please feel free to try it out some more, to share or ask questions. What I'm really trying to get across in my videos actually is more being a client and what it's like to find a therapist. I think transference issues as what I wanted to post today, but I just got really excited in thinking about sharing micro-resourcing. And again, the main point is not, I'm going to go from 100 to 0. No. I just want to decrease. Even if I decrease 1%, that is a win. And I want you to feel that in your body. So I hope this was helpful. Let me know if there's any more examples that I can do or can try to do. Really, I want to focus on maybe the relationship a client can have with a therapist, or what it's helping you as a client know how to bring up issues you're having with your therapist or in therapy in any single way. I'm hoping that helps. And let me know what you think. Bye.